What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at Leafeon EX, another card in the Prismatic Evolution set coming out in our competitive TCG. Today we're going to have a deck list for you, a gameplay video, and we're going to see what this green guy is all about. Leafeon is a Stage 1, 270 HP Grass-type Pokemon with the Terra ability. With its first attack for a Grass and colorless Verdant Storm, 60 times the number of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon, can punish these decks that really want to load up energy and do a ton of work. But what decks really use a lot of energy? That's the big question. Its second attack, Moss, a Gate, Grass, Fire, and Water for 230 damage, and heals 100 from each of your benched Pokemon. So this could be a big tank that does heal up some of your guys that can take a lot of blows, but the energy typing Fire, Grass, and Water is a weird combination. Let's see how the Japanese YouTube puts it into effect. Before I show the list, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does help the channel quite a bit. Let's jump into the list. We have the Leafeon. The Flareon is going to be a staple in all the evolution decks, I think, because the Flareon is just the best accelerator by far. We have Precious Trolley using EVEX and the baby Eevees. We have the Slow King, which just does stuff. And then we have Fez to draw cards. We have the whole gang. We have like Rock. We're basically just playing tanky Eevee, it looks like, with Turbo Energize and Trolley. Just set up turn 1. Turbo Energize. Fresh Water set's pretty funny. League HQ, 3 Irida. Okay, you know, a lot of this makes sense. Let's check it out in action. Let's see what's going on. Skip a little bit ahead. So we're up against Dragapult, I'd assume, based on the sleeves. Leafeon. I love how they use the theme, like match the sleeves. Trippy on the right, Nest Ball starting us off, getting a Rotom. I do think this Eevee deck wants to go second for sure, because you can Precious Trolley into, like Arven for Trolley into Turbo Energize turn 1, and all you need to do is find an energy. We're going to Rotom here. Pretty ideal start for Xatu Dragapult here. There's the Arven for Trolley, probably Turbo Energize. Trolley is just one of the more, yeah, I think, absolutely called it. Trolley is one of the more broken aspects, I think. A lot of potential for it. I think there's a lot to be done with it. I think the card is really, really strong. Grass, Turbo Energize. We're going to go ahead and power up one of our EVEXs. Get it ready to go into battle. Poffin. I mean, the Poffin's not really, it's just loading up your board a little bit more. Based on this, okay, so we're going to Evo. A pretty slow start from the Dragapult player. Just getting a Xatu and a Drekloak into play. No supporter on turn 2 is a little bit unfortunate for them. But, yeah, we're going to go back to the Eevee player. Slowking hitting the board. We're going to go ahead and Irida. Get another Slowking and a Terra Orb. So we're going to go ahead and get Leafeon. In this unique situation, we do get to blow up the Streepy. Otherwise, we would be 10 damage short, which is kind of funny. Rigid Band is minus 30 if you're stage 1. So this Streepy does get blown up, but it would be kind of funny if the Drekloak just didn't get attached to last turn, because we didn't really need to attach there. I guess we could have just, I mean, I guess we would need board plus attach here now. So we need 1 extra card. Fez here to draw 3. Vessel. I mean, Dragapult shouldn't be one of those decks that gets punished by the first attack anyway. Oh, we're just going to put energy on the board regardless. We're just not looking for the Dragapult here, I guess, unless we have another Psychic in hand. Second Drekloak. Setup is setuping. We need an Arven, realistically, just to get the ball rolling, and we win, basically. Not win, but, like, we can start attacking. 3 energy on the board. I don't think we needed that 3rd energy. Like, we could put the Psychic on at any point to draw the cards. We could have just kept the energies in hand, maybe attach the Fire, if anything. But the Psychic should be the last energy that's attached. And we'll just go ahead and do that. Attack comes through. We'll draw the card. Arven. Counter gain and Vessel. The counter gain doesn't really do anything anymore, so I think just, yeah, we'll just pitch the energy, start going. Greninja, draw 2. EVX is an ability, if you guys didn't read DNA Evolution, lets you evolve into another evolution, which is kind of cool because EVX is also pretty strong, so you can just be like, hey, let me pop into a different guy and see where it takes us. We're going to move the damage counters around to 30, so he can take up to 30, I believe. Or as much as you'd like, maybe. Which is kind of crazy, actually. So that you just load them up with 100 here. And we're just going to swing for big damage, healing both of our Slowkings. It seems like a pretty tough matchup. Kind of an ideal one for Leafeon. Unless you're getting one shot, you're not really losing here. Especially with a setup like this. We're going to Xatu again. Drekloak. So we're going to get a second Dragapult setup here, but the problem still remains where it's like we're going to swing for 170. But no matter what, like we're gonna put the 6 damage counters on Slowking anyway, but we're gonna get to remove 14 to the Slowkings, or we can just retreat out of the active now, and then move or like move the damage to the Slowkings at full retreat, and then kind of like completely heal. I think like that would just be pretty. Why don't we just move the 100? Fresh water set healing 20 across the. That's really funny. And we'll go ahead and move another 40 back to the back, and we'll heal up 100 once again. And this rigid band is actually doing an insane amount of work, putting us in a position where we just can't be one shot by this Dragapult. Like the Dragapult player has got to be molding here a little bit. Like I don't really know what you do to win this game. This is actually really cool. Like this Leafeon deck, like Leafeon tank could be really really cool. We're just gonna start by taking out one of the Slowkings, putting 60 on the other one, which makes sense. Like we kind of need to do that earlier, but we just weren't finding the boss's orders. I guess there's another Irida coming through, grabbing another Slowpoke, just getting it back set up. Yeah, you missed me. We're back, moving the damage back to the back, and then healing. So this like we're never in danger of like both our Slowkings going down at once. So even if one goes down, that means our Leafeon still stays alive. So at this point, we're at the 5 price trade option, and like the game is pretty much over because there's a Rotom on the board that's just not gonna be. It's gonna be hard to bump on the stuff like Collapse or Turo, which I assume there's at least one of those cards in the deck. I mean, the Devo doesn't even do anything either, which is like kind of depressing because if you're playing the EVEXs, which this deck is, it's going to be impossible to hit through because you Devo into like this 200 HP guy still, or like 190 HP guy still. Like it's still a big guy. When the baby Eevee is like 60 HP, but yeah. Once again, we'll swing 170, and I mean, if there's another Slowking here, that's actually legitimately the game. But Irida for another Slowking. We're just like off the stamp is like kind of crazy. We're just gonna get it. Evolve the Flareon. We're gonna go ahead and move the damage. Move the damage once again. This single Leafeon has been turbo carrying. Like this, like we've only needed one Leafeon in these Slowkings. Like we have not even needed the second Leafeon that's powered up. We have not needed the Flareon that's powered up. Like maybe this is the first time Fresh Water Set will see competitive play. Like if this Leafeon deck actually ends up being good, like Dragapult seems like it's gonna be really good. I mean, the problem is like it's Gardevoir. Like if Gardevoir gets really good, then you got one shot, so that actually ends up becoming a problem. But you can deal with Dragapult. Like this is actually like super reasonable. If Dragapult decks become really popular, you can just go ahead and play a deck like this to counter them. And you don't really need like a lot of items. Like as you saw, like Irida and Arven are really getting everything you need here. Basically, you have 6 ways to get to Trolley turn 1, and then from there it's just Turbo Energize and you're chilling. There's the boss's orders. Flung the boss's orders, grabbing the Xatu. Let's just take it out for good measure. Nope, we're just taking the Rotom out. We're going to KO the Rotom. And that'll be all she wrote. It's just, this matchup seems so tough for Dragapult. Like, how do you ever win this? Like, what a cool deck. I'll show the list one more time that they're piloting. Very unique, very cool, actually. Like, I did not think I would enjoy this idea as much as I am right now in my head. Like, I feel like one Turbo Energize, Turbo Greedy, but, like, just put a second one in there. And the deck is really, really good. Like, this seems really interesting into anything that can't one-shot it. Like, I actually think Leafeon might be the most playable outside Flareon. Like, I think those two are the most playable. And then there's, I think Espeon is pretty unique, too. So, yeah, smash that like and subscribe if you guys can. And, yeah, peace. See you for the next one.